What's up, Guiding Bolt fans? This is Nick, and today we're going to talk about 5 horrendously horrifying items used by hags. These items could be used against the PCs, discovered in a hag's lair, acquired from defeating a hag or coven, and possibly even crafted by the PCs themselves if they're just as warped and twisted as one of these withered old crones. Now, if you've read through any of the 5e adventure guides, you've more than likely come across a hag. There's Nanny Poo Poo in Tomb of Annihilation, Mad Maggie in Descent into Avernus, and even a Sea Hag Coven in Stormlord's Wrath, just to name a few. Now, personally, I absolutely love hags for a few reasons. I find that they make perfect antagonists. There's a good variety of them, consisting of green, night, sea, anise, ver, and dusk, and that's just in 5e. They range in challenge rating from 2 to 9, depending on if they're part of a coven or not. And most importantly, they can have really cool items that aren't game breaking and provide great role playing opportunities, which is what we're going to jump into right now. Now, if you've ever wondered how hags reproduce, first off, ew. Second, you probably need therapy. And third, it's by snatching and devouring human infants. And that's exactly what our first item is constructed from. The Bolan Rattle consists of the intact skull of a humanoid child impaled upon the femur of the same creature, forming the rattle's head and handle. Inside the skull cavity are a half a dozen small finger bones that are inserted and sealed within to complete this fiendish musical instrument. Using an action to shake the rattle produces an echoing childlike laughter emanating from the rattle's skull, gradually growing to a full-blown scream of terror. All creatures within 25 feet of the user must succeed a wisdom save or be assaulted with hideous mental images of pain and suffering. The visions cause the victim to fall prone, unable to perform any actions until their next turn. If you're running a horror campaign, this is a perfect item to really help set the tone. The second item isn't as grotesque, but the end result can be much more devious. The Bramble Man is an oddly powerful magic item, resembling a 2-foot-tall bundle of vines and sticks, crudely formed to mimic a humanoid. During creation, the Bramble Man is imbued with a spell decided by the creator. Only spells that target a creature can be placed in the Bramble Man, and the creator must have prepared and be able to cast said spell into the doll. Enchanting the Bramble Man consumes the spell until it can be reclaimed through a short or long rest. Touch and range spells are fine, but no AoE spells such as Fireball. The Bramble Man is activated by speaking a command word, and the next creature to touch it becomes the target of the spell. Once activated, it can be left somewhere for an unsuspecting victim to touch, thrown at a creature, or even dropped and picked up to target oneself. Some good spell options that hags typically have prepared are Ray of Sickness, Hold Person, Bestow Curse, and Polymorph, but there's a bunch of other amazing options, so check out the Player's Handbook. The third item on the list is a great utility item. At first it appears to be nothing more than a grime-coated wine bottle, but what sets it apart from other alcoholic beverages is the stopper. It's always shaped and stylized like an elongated human skull, which is a dead giveaway that it's actually a dead man's bottle. The bottle is used by filling it with alcohol and pouring it onto a grave site or body. I also think you should have to say, "and one for my homies," while pouring it out, but that's not in the official rules. Once the last drop has been poured, any corpse up to 10 feet below ground is affected by the Speak with Dead spell. Only the bottle's user can hear and speak to the dead. To everyone else, it just looks like alcohol abuse. This next item is one of my favorites. It's the perfect combination of grace and gruesomeness, and it's called the Maidens Hands. Initially, they appear to be a stylish pair of white silk gloves. However, additional examination reveals that the fingertips are the mummified remains of a humanoid hand, with inch-long nails still intact. Wearing both of the gloves transforms the wearer into a beautiful female of whatever race the fingertips were harvested from. The gloves work similar to the Alter Self spell, except that the wearer can only transform into one form, that of the woman whose fingertips were cut off to make them. When their power is active, the fingertips turn soft and lifelike, and the nails appear painted in whatever color and design the wearer wishes. Imagine how nice it would be to always have your nails match your outfit. This item is a great disguise tool, and things can get very interesting when an NPC recognizes the person they just buried a 10-day ago. Speaking of buried, how about being buried alive? That's exactly what the Tomb of Weeds is used for. It's the same size and shape as a standard rug, except that it's made from twisted roots and thorny vines. These earthly yoga mats allow a cornered hag to ninja vanish. Falling prone on a tomb of weeds and uttering the command word causes it to instantly wrap the creature in a cocoon of piercing vines, dealing 1d4 piercing damage and dragging them 10 feet underground. While underground, the target is considered to be sleeping, and after the duration of a long rest, the tomb resurfaces with the creature, receiving the benefits of a long rest. The tomb resurfaces in the same spot it disappeared, as long as the area isn't blocked. Otherwise, it appears at the nearest unblocked location. A hag may also use it to entomb an enemy by yelling the command word should a victim fall prone on it. Assuming the PCs win, they can retrieve their comrade by simply digging them up. Hopefully they have a shovel and some time on their hands. Alright, that's all for today, viewers. If you want additional details on any of these items, please check out issue number 300 of Dragon Magazine. There's a few other goodies in there that I didn't mention, so check that out if you need additional ideas. One item I didn't cover that I just want to mention is the Haggai. These are crafted by a hag coven, and if the PCs can get their hands on it, they'll have a great bargaining chip, or a huge advantage should things escalate to combat. For more on that item, please check out page number 176 of the 5e Monster Manual. As always, thanks for viewing. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and please consider liking the video or leaving a comment, and TTFN.